personal microphone on. Alright. Everybody else, switch on. Yes. Other sounds, switch off. Mobile live dashboard, activate, because why the hell not? Reconnecting to chat. Reticulating splines. Detonating the nuclear core.
You got a lot more attention than I was ready for.
Filling out the change of address forms. Releasing the mutants.
That's what I signed up for.
And there we go. Alright, everything's cool. I need to get a mouse pad that I didn't scratch all to hell. The dice cam was giving me trouble.
I don't believe you.
It was. It was giving me a lot of trouble. And it will always give me trouble. Because I can't ever get it centered the way I want it to. And... maybe that... No, that won't do it at all. Why is it always got to be so hard on me? Alright. Good enough. So, hello everyone. Welcome. Yeah. It's D&D time. So... You'll have to forgive me. I'm a little slow tonight as compared to other nights, which should scare all of you. I am not caffeinated, therefore things might get a little funky. So, we will turn it over to our DM, which is actually me for once. Holy shit.
Shit.
That's not supposed to happen. What is wrong with my life? I thought I gave up DMing.
No.
So, Fluffy, save me from this nightmare. Tell us what happened last time.
I feel like you don't want me to do it.
We got a hotel. Roro talked to the enemy.
What?
Pretty accurate.
We found out my dude is possibly in Ether, and we were making a plan to head that direction.
Alright, cool.
Roro definitely consorted with the enemy.
I mean, I think we can all agree on that.
I don't agree.
That just means Roro is the enemy. He's not consorting with the enemy so much as he just is the enemy then.
Yeah, well, that's how I've been treated this whole time, so...
Hey, I'm just saying, you make your choices. This is D&D.
You throw that blame around a whole lot there, Roro. Morgrim has been nothing but nice.
This is very true.
I didn't know Morgrim.
You said everyone. Morgrim is part of everyone.
Yep,
Everyone loosely translates to Scotty.
It does.
We're just going to leave that one alone for a little bit, I think. Mainly because I don't want to have this fight. Because I don't want to end your entire career.
Mine?
Yep.
Kill him off, see if I care.
Such dangerous words, I'm scared.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds good to be scared. Sometimes fear is the appropriate response. Okay, so with that taken into account, and because I'm such a horrible individual as far as intermission goes, because my brain is 8 ways to Sunday. Scotty, you had mentioned that you wanted to go shopping. What do you wish to acquire?
Yeah, I mentioned that like 5 times over the week. And you were like, no, do it however you'd like.
Yes, I know, but I'm a terrible individual who has no right to live, so we're just going to do it now.
So what's your mother?
Scotty wants to find a maid shop.
Okay, it's easy enough to find yourself directed to the Spellweaver's Sanctum, which does have has various shops, mostly student run, as they kind of there's a little bit of a market involved with the things that they themselves craft as not only their own projects for their classwork to prove that they can do it, but also to make a little coin in the process. So, what specifically for magic are you looking for? Because you can find a good selection of things here.
Well, she wants to look at probably spell scrolls, and possibly she'd like to look at wands if they have them.
And here I didn't even think to get the DM's book for this. Yeah, you can find spell scrolls. You can find some wands as well. What are you looking for as far as those go?
Well, Scotty would like to find a wand that's similar to the one that they currently have that's broken.
Oh, well, that's a staff.
Okay, staff. I wasn't sure if it was a wand or a staff.
Yes, it was a staff, and I believe Johan identified the pieces, the base components to it, correct?
Yeah, we had 2 of the 3 pieces.
Now, those were left on the drift, if I remember, correct?
No. I am like 100% sure we brought them with us. Because like, Johan wanted to keep them, and we were like, dude, you drink a little too much.
Okay, because, well, I know you showed him the pieces, I just didn't know if you left them on the drift or not.
No.
Didn't we leave them with Johan?
No, we definitely did not. I was very much that.
So, yes. You know that what you had were pieces of a staff of frost.
I remembered it was something of frost. This wasn't what.
Yeah, and it was a staff of frost that you have pieces of. Now, go ahead and roll, we'll say, percentile dice. Okay. It looks like they do have one.
Alright, and looking at it, is it, like, with the 2 pieces Scotty has, is it really just one piece missing from it? And what does that piece look like? Like, she wants to know what she's for.
Take a picture of it. Send it to Johan.
Take a picture.
Clicky, Cindy.
Oh, God.
So, looking, well, that being the case, I do believe if the pieces are in the party, they are not on you. I believe you had them given to Roro for holding. But with your memory being as good as it is, you looking at the staff, what was looked at as Staff of Frost. This one is different. It looks entirely different.
Damn it.
This one definitely has a more twisted desert like tree motif to it. It looks like the staff itself was kind of taken and shaped from not from vines, but from sections and branches of a scrub tree, and it looks like it has kind of like a withered claw grasping into it, which seems to have a large aquamarine pressed up into it, almost like it's grasping at it. Which, of course, has a bit of rime kind of curling around the edges where the crystal is being grasped.
But it's not something she could use to reference the piece that they're missing.
No. Yours, from what you remember, the other staff had more after you broke away, like, the kind of encrusting that was on it, the encrusting the mold, the kind of, like, baked on lichen and whatnot, had a more angular look to it. It was more blocky.
Okay. Alright, that's all she wanted with the staff.
Yeah. And just for that, a Staff of Frost, the current suggested pricing on that is they would sell it for 40,000 gold.
Well, she doesn't want to buy one if she's got pieces to make one.
I know, but it gives you a reference point as to the cost of such an item.
How ridiculously expensive it's going to be to fix.
Potentially.
Alright, she wants to go look at magical items and wands. That kind of thing.
Alright. Well, you can find spell wands pretty easily. In fact, in the same little corner.
And how much are wands?
Depends on which one you want.
Well, clearly nothing with fire.
Clearly nothing with fire.
Make it worse to do lightning. You can't damage other things like people.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's what you think. Thought he would get her on that and damage something.
Start a fire.
Well, I mean, lightning can start a fire.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's the one thing that always makes me not use like Call of Lightning or anything like that, because like they will catch fire to things. I'm like, never mind.
Yeah. So, here we go. Let's see here. Wands. Various wands that they have just freely available. You see that they've got a, let's see, they have several wands of magic missiles. So that's, they have those in droves. They have more of those than anything else, and it looks like the wands are generally made out of varying shapes, but it looks like to be thick blown glass. So somewhat translucent. Some have pigmentations and like blue swirls. It's like if you had a what is it? Like a long stemmed like pipe that has all like the little swirling colors in the glass. Let's see. All right. You do also see a wand of curing.
And what is that?
Asking the individual in the attendant there, is basically allows a person to cast the spell Cure Wounds.
I knew that one.
When doing it with a wand, would it be at a distance? Or would you still
No.
have...
No, basically you activate the wand and you touch someone with it.
So you stab them in the wound, and it makes them feel better.
Or if you're annoyed with them, you whap them on the nose with it.
Row.
But
Hi.
you don't have to heal me. I heal you.
Well, maybe you wouldn't have to.
Oh, honey.
How much is that?
Let's see. That would be first level spell wand. They will sell it for 400 gold.
So much.
No.
And just because it piques your interest as you're looking there, you do happen to see a wand of fireballs.
Of course she does.
And she's trying not to.
I know. I had to roll. It's an 86. It exists. The wand exists.
Jill suddenly tries to block it from view.
It's like dance in front of it.
We're not going to be looking at that. We can't afford it. It's fine.
Alright, I really don't want to spend $400 on that one, but I really, really like it.
I mean, someone tried to give you gold.
Pity money is not acceptable.
It's not pity.
It was pity money.
It was not pity money.
It was kind of pity money.
Are there other items besides wands?
In this section, I mean, you are kind of in the wizard's accoutrement, corner of this. There's other shops. What is it that you're starting? What is the things that you're trying to look for?
Honestly, not a whole lot of Scotty's just curious. She likes mage things.
There's a lot of mage things here. I mean, they have wands and staves and...
Okay, the biggest things that I think she'd be interested in is something that would help her heal, or something that would help her not get hit.
Okay, well, there is the Wand of Curing that they will sell you for 400 gold.
That's 400 gold, though, and she still needs to write spells down.
They do. You can find all the inks and parchments here within this area to your heart's content. They have it in spades.
Do I need to buy that?
Well, if you plan on writing spells down, yes.
Well, she has her book, the Institute.
Yes, but you do need the inks. The specially refined inks for the process. That's part of the drafting the spells in.
If I buy the inks and I have the book, does that mean I get some spells for free because I just bought the ink?
You don't get the spells for free. Technically, you're paying the material cost and then spending the time to write them in. But then again, you need the spell scrolls or have them from memory.
Well, I mean, right now the focus is to remember some of the spells she's had.
Yeah. And then you need to be able to write them in. Which does take the cost of the inks and whatnot.
Well, then how much for the refined?
I believe, if I recall here, let me bring this note up. Pretty sure I've got the item creation rules here. Well, let's look in the wizards section, because apparently it's not in anywhere else that I have readily available. Alright, it says for each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold. I remember saying that I have that. So 25 gold and an hour of effort per spell level.
Okay.
So a second level spell will cost you 50 gold worth of materials.
Yeah, but if I'm buying the ink beforehand, I mean, do I spend? I just don't understand. I'm sorry.
You can stockpile the materials to write in spells, and then just spend it as you go.
Okay, that's what I want to do, but I don't. So do I just choose the number of spell slots that I want to write in?
Basically, you buy a gold value worth of the inks, and then you just have them on hand.
Okay.
So, you want to have, like, to be able to put in, like, four first level spells, you have 200 gold worth of ink.
Okay, then we will buy the 200 gold worth of ink, and then this makes it so now all she has to do is spend time for at least up to 200 gold's worth of spells, right?
For each individual spell. Yeah. You spend an hour per spell level and 25 gold worth of material. And then you can take a spell that you have on hand, or you can try and recall a spell and put it in. Like, if you have the spell scroll and the materials, you just spend the time. The spell scroll goes away, but you have it in your book and can cast from memory and whatnot. All that good stuff.
Okay. So then, yeah, she will buy the ink so that we can get some more spells down. With 4 slots. And I'm putting it in my notes so that I'll remember that I can do up to 4 slots of spells.
Okay. Gil's just looking around going, there's a lot of shit here. So, you will also find from an abjurist a couple of items here that suit your other purpose.
Okay.
If I can just... You have a... He offers a... offers up, he's got a cloak of protection, as well as bracers of defense.
And how much are these items?
Let's see, the cloak is 400, and the bracers are 4,000.
Yeah, no. We're not spending all the gold on that. But the bracers...
What's that?
I said the bracers are...
The bracers are very nice. It's basically you carrying around a shield. The bracers of defense are +2 to your armor, so long as you're not wearing armor and using no shield.
That'll just be like on the wish list once we somehow get 4,000 in gold.
Yeah. Cloak of protection is +1 to your armor and saving throws, flat out.
Well, I'd rather spend the 200 on ink, and that only leaves me with
like 200. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go with that.
Was there any other shopping that you wished to engage in?
I don't know. She doesn't have an alchemy kit anymore, right? She's just been able to kind of conserve the small samples for young.
I thought you got one in Alcarin.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure that was part of the supplies that Gil had replaced for you.
okay. It is on my items list now that I look.
Okay.
Okay. Then I do want to go to an alchemist shop and see if they have any of the supplies that Johan had asked for and how much they.
Okay. Well, as you are moving, we can cut quickly back to Morgrim and Roro, who were having a conversation. If you'd like to follow through with that.
To be fair, I kind of feel like that conversation has fallen.
Into an uncomfortable silence. So that being said, do you wish to spend your remaining time before heading out doing anything else?
I mean,
Actually, try to.
Roro, what?
Rover will leave and go into the town and actually try to learn songs like he told Morgan he was doing.
So he tries to be honest for once. Okay, go ahead and give me a check on your investigation then. Weird. Weird that it didn't give me the noise. Okay. So, you spend some time wandering around on this central pillar. And spending some time around the Gallery of Veils, you do hear some strolling minstrels, and you get you're definitely in an area where you can hear, over the chatter. You can basically follow along with a couple of people, and there are some, more regional songs that you can pick up on. Let's see here. You know what? Go ahead and give me also a check on your performance. Okay. So you spend a while going around listening to these people, and at some point you probably peel off to a more secluded place and just kind of pluck at a couple of strings, looking to recreate what you're hearing, just by ear, kind of playing it, kind of practicing it. Let's see. You will end up making about 16 gold.
Oh, well.
As you're just you put yourself up in a little thing, just kind of basically just practicing for like an hour or so. And some people come by and give you some coin for what was an impromptu performance, though it was never meant as such. But it seems like you've got a fairly good handle on some new kind of songs.
That is the thing.
You did a thing. Morgrim.
Yes?
After the rather, confusing conversation with Roro, you are kind of left at the end to your own devices. So is there anything else you wish to do?
Scratch his head and try and figure out what the hell he heard, I guess.
Okay, so you're just kind of sitting there in a little bit of a daze, just like, what it... Because it seemed rather obvious to you. But what was even going on with that? Just... It's a very odd man.
Well, what was going on with that, and now he has no memory of it, so... confused.
What often happens when you talk to Roro?
Stop trying to burn bridges, Rara.
Bridge! I mean, come on. I'm not the one burning boats down.
But quickly on with that, Scotty, you can find in fairly, I wouldn't say super large doses, but there are samples of acacia, as well as larkspur and skullcap.
And these are 3 of the things that were on the list?
Basically, a lot. Johan gave you a list of pretty much all the herbs.
Ever?
Pretty much, he's like, give me these. Get me everything you can get your hands on.
Oh,
There was also a book of what you could find generally where and methods of trying to look for it.
I guess Scotty needs to spend some time in the book. How much is the 3 that you've given me?
Alright, well, skullcap, for a dose of that, is 20 gold. And I said there's acacia and larkspur. Acacia is the one you're well familiar with, which is going for 25 gold per dosage. And
sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have some of that already as well. And larkspur, they're selling for 10 gold per application.
Now, would Scotty know that this is what he'd want, or are they already like, is he thinking something fresher than this, or is this?
Well, these are pre-prepared.
Okay, and he's okay with pre-prepared, or no?
They're meant to. Of course, he would want fresher stuff, but he just wants everything he can get his hands on. Really, the fresher the better. But if it's pre-prepared, he doesn't have to go through the effort of preparing it.
All right. For now, we'll just buy 1 dose of larkspur and 1 dose of skullcap.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an alchemy check.
Is that based on intelligence, or?
Yes. Or for your alchemist kit? Alright, 18. Alright, so as you're looking over these things, obviously acacia is for injuries and wounds. Larkspur, its most basic function is concocted into a powder. Destroys parasites like fleas and lice and the like. Just those nasty bodily parasites. And the skull cap is something of a sedative. It's an inhaled. It's kind of like an inhaled sedative.
Sedative?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. He's asking for some weird things.
Well, these are just the things that are here.
Okay, but she will definitely buy a dose of the skull cap and the large.
Okay.
And that is all of the shopping she did.
Okay. All right. So the rest of your time is spent kind of just relaxing, getting rested, preparing yourself for what is going to be a rather long night's journey. You kind of catch your naps where you're able to, and basically through your various, walks around, whatever, get the information of how to get off the mountain and the path going further north. And in the evening, you all gather and set down the mountain as you see the sun starting to, start dripping over the horizon and start casting this vibrant display across the sky. Now, here is what I am going to ask for. Someone can roll survival. To navigate yourselves through the desert.
No chance because Scotty's been studying stars that she could do like her navigator's tools or anything?
You can do that.
Are you guys good with Scotty rolling for it?
Go for it.
Sure.
Okay, so that is a 15 with Gil's assistance. Because guidance is a thing, and might as well use it. So, with your map, I am trying to see here. Do I actually have this set up? Because I don't think I do. Nope, because it's not set to actual miles. All right. So it's roughly going to be about 3 days worth of travel through the desert. For you to make it.
Okay.
So, what I want you to do for me now is... Morgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me percentile dice. Okay. Roro, do the same. And now Scotty. Okay. So, the first night comes and goes. As what? All right, I want to hear two things. I want to know what your marching order is, and who is doing what as far as watch goes.
Are you talking watch for nights?
Yeah, basically, setting watch for rest.
Scotty's got the hut. Can they use that? Do they still need to keep watch?
You can if you wish, but the hut is a thing.
I guess that's up to you guys if you guys want to use the hut. Because she has a spell slot for that.
I mean, hut is an amazing thing, so I would see why we would not.
Okay.
And also, it's a ritual spell, so, that doesn't take away from that either.
Awesome.
But, just in case you were wanting to just, rest under the baking sun and not your opaque, climate-controlled bubble. There was always a chance you would have opted for that for whatever reason. So that leaves us with the other question.
Marching order?
Marching order. Who wants to do what? Who wants to be where?
Figure Scotty in front because she's the navigator, Gil behind her, Roro behind Gil, and then Morgan behind Roro because he's thinking.
I'm good with that.
So you want Scotty in the front of the group?
Yes. I'm afraid what you're implying.
I'm afraid of what you're implying.
Why?
Let us put the squishy wizard at the front of the line.
Because she's navigating.
You don't have to be in front to navigate from the stars, but,
How about we put Gil in front of Scotty? Gil can lead. Scotty can tell him what to do.
Wow. Indeed. Okay, so basically what I have is the order of Gil, Scotty, Roro, Morgrim. Okay. So, now the question becomes, are you doing anything fun and or exciting during your travel?
Well, Scotty will be looking for the ingredients for Johann if they have chances of that.
All right, go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay.
Get some good use out of this file tonight, I tell you. Alright. 14 survival. You don't manage to find anything
Okay.
during the day's travel. But you do have 3 days worth, so go ahead and give me 2 more rolls.
Oh, those are so...
Oddly enough, it's hard to find viable plants in the desert. Who would have thought?
so surprising.
Yeah. So, during the third day of your travel, I would need to make everyone roll perception. Okay. So as you're moving along, there's a chill in the air, but then again, it doesn't really bother really most of you. Certainly not. Certainly not the two from the Doreen or the Halderai. And Morgrim, you're used to spending time on sea. It gets pretty cold out in the night. But, you kind of keep yourself warm and moving on, and you're doing okay. Roro, almost pretty much in tandem, well, Scotty's basically looking for plants, as, every little bit of scrub Sage does. She kind of, that happens every, 30 or so minutes. She kind of, peels off to the side, kind of roots into it, check her book. Nothing. Goes back into formation and kind of moves along. But during one of these little forays, everybody but Scotty notices a tremor kind of ripple through the grounds, and you see sand above one of the dunes kind of shakes and just kind of spills out, and sending everybody onto a kind of an alert. Looking around, you hear wait, stop, slight rumbling, and then you hear this kind of, it's almost like a guttural roar, just like as some of the stars up ahead of you are kind of blotted out with a lashing, tendril into the sky, standing a good 10 feet above the horizon, thrashes about, and you hear this higher-pitched, pained squeal, as it kind of lurches, and you see something arc towards you, kind of dipping down. And by this point, Scotty's aware that something's going on at the screeching noise, as something goes sailing just overhead and then lands with a hard impact in the ground, kind of close to Morgrim, as this worm-like creature is lying in the sand, writhing around with several large puncture wounds perforating its body, as the head of it kind of peels back into 4 sections and starts flailing around as it's getting its bearings to these suction cup lined extrusions from it, ending in a central sharp talon-like beak as it's flailing around, and it kind of half dips under the sand to come back up and right itself, as this creature seems to notice your presence and kind of screeches at you. At that time, you notice a couple of others kind of unburrow themselves from nearby dunes, identical to the one that has landed beside Morgrim. And they kind of flail around, and at that point, I'm going to let's see. I'm going to have everybody do blood pressure checks in just a quick little moment.
Do we know what these things are?
apparently hostile.
Terrifying.
Clearly. Scotty.
Good job, Scotty.
That's fine. You go last, so you get all your friends get to move first, so you can target things without blowing up your frenzy.
You
Well,
hope.
except all melee, so you guys tend to get into things that I want to blow up.
This is also true.
Well, also good news. These are big things, so easier to hit them than...
So, just as a bit of visual here, for those of you looking in, we've got these looking little things.
Tremors, basically.
Kind of tremors, but they don't have... Well, I guess the original tremors didn't have legs anyway. Alright, so we got that.
Can we say because they were walking through a dangerous desert that Scotty was prepared with mage armor?
I'm pretty sure that that's standard. Standard. So yeah, mark it off and you'll be fine.
Thank you.
All right, we'll just roll that. What is their initiative? All right, so we got 16, 14. Oh, 14. All right, we have the tremor-like creatures. And then let's see if I can get this to work. I wish that this gave me the option of rolling in private to put them on there. So that's fine. That's fine. What did I roll? Roll a 16. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So the tremor beasts had a... They're going there in the order. Okay, cool. So Gil. Seeing these things, Burrow's just... Alright, when I was complaining, though, there was nothing to do. This is not what I meant. Yeah, he's got little option but to go and start messing with some of these things. Yeah, he'll duck into there. And start striking with Slablava. I'm pretty sure. What do I have as a bonus here? 14. What do these things have? No. That will hit. Alright, you are now designated this thing red. And has taken 6 points of damage. 2. Another 8. 1, 2. And then 3. Yeah, he'll use a key point to hit it for another 9 points. Okay, cool. So as he just kind of jumps in and starts hacking away with his leaf-headed spear. More like seaweed, but whatever. We're not counting such things. Morgrim.
Yes.
There be worms and shit.
Yep. Yes, considering my options. We will do that first of all.
Hey there.
I'm just deciding what level I want to use it at.
Always the hard part.
We'll do 4th.
Okay. As you kind of ghost your hand over the emblem on your shield, it glows with an unearthly light. As you fling it outwards, the ghostly image appears before you, and with a thrust of your hand, sails it, skidding into the creature before kind of spinning around in place behind it. You made a very solid connection.
Then I just... Yep, then I will just move on in there and swing at the...
Alright, so the +1 is... the +1 is a thing?
Yeah, that's my 4G cleric-y thingy.
Okay. Alright, so...
Get, like, +1 on a weapon for, like, all day, pretty much.
Okay, just making sure. You do manage to nick it.
That's the thing.
Awesome. So, these things here. The thing will bite at Gil who got up in his face and started stabbing it repeatedly. Alright, the tail. Okay, alright, so plus 7. Alright. Okay, as it starts swinging, as it starts lashing its tail out around these, around Gil. First attack missing, as well as the second, and then it goes to basically face hug him with its tendrils, which is at a plus 7, which ties him. So, yep, he barely gets a hold of him. 4, let's see, that starts off 4, 12, 19, 23, for 27 points of damage to Gil. Cut it in half is 13 points. And what is the rest of this? And as it kind of draws him in, it tries to bite him as well. Which that will miss, and thank God, because that would have been a max damage hit. Alright, cool. Totally cool. Alright. What's the movement on these things? 30? As these things start to kind of close, start to move around. Which is going to be the end of their turn. All right. So that those tremors that were running through the ground grow in intensity. Grows exponentially in intensity before bursting out of the ground is a massive chitinous creature.
I think we're fucked.
Dull and huge. Its maw is absolutely inhuman, as it is rimmed with half shattered but rows of teeth. And it will have its turn. As it moves. Does it have? Yeah, okay. So it moves in and starts biting at its prey. Okay. 2 attacks. Bite and stinger. Okay, sure. Oh, that's fine. It's a good... this thing's got a good start going on. So it bites at this smaller thing. Missing horribly. Does not have enough reach to attack it back. And then it will take... It coming up out of the sand is a stinger all of its own that it will be trying to attack the thing with. And that is a plus. Yeah, that'll do it. Congratulations, you are now the blue one. Why does my dry erase marker decide it wants to crap out now? Okay. 4, 9, 15, 20, 23 damage taken by the blue one. And I'm pretty sure that's a... Constitution save from the critter, which it makes. Okay. So, that's a thing. Roro.
Commence screaming.
That's not a scream, but we'll work with it. And Roro rushes towards it. Okay, slow. 6 creatures in a...
Roro.
Rushes towards it to save everyone else.
Fight the purple worm alone. Do it.
And just in case everyone's wondering, yeah. Um's a big boy. Is a big boy. Alright, so we will do the small creatures first, which need to make a wisdom save, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Wisdom save.
Oh.
Alright, which they have a +2 to their... Alright. What is your spell DC?
15.
Alright, both of the smaller ones make their save.
Fuck me.
The large one, however, does not.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm slow.
Did not mean to link that, sorry.
How far did you move to get there?
30.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to do with your bonus action?
No.
Okay.
That question terrifies me.
I just want to make for sure that you're doing all that you want with your turn.
Well, giving inspiration is a bonus, isn't it?
That it is.
Oh, wait, I'm probably too far away now, aren't I?
I think it's 60 feet? 30 feet? Why don't you tell me what's the range of your inspiration?
Let me see. Oh, 60. Wow. I'll give an inspiration to Gil.
Okay. Gil has an inspiration.
His inspiring words are me not talking.
Inspiring words are Roro's internal panic. All right, Scotty.
Scared. I don't appreciate this at all. I have a plan. I'm just trying to figure out how dedicated I am to the plan.
Do it. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah. to back up Roro. And I want to attempt to do
Attempt to do a thing.
on this thing.
What are you trying to do?
I want to reduce it.
You
I
want
want it.
you
tiny
want it you want it to be smaller. Okay. Constitution saving throw on the thing. What is your DC?
15.
15? It
Yeah.
resists.
Damn it. I tried. See, I moved 20, so yeah, we're gonna move feet back. 10 feet back. No. That's all I can do.
Okay.
I tried to make it a tiny bug.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. All right, so there's this thing here. Let's try and make it not a thing in our face. Let's... First attack, no, because I need to get a... 10. All right. 11 to tie. Second attack misses. Third attack also misses. Can't hit worth shit right now.
This is not the time, Gil.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not the time for that. And he will go into patient defense. So, Morgrim.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah, that will sail kind of wide, unfortunately. That'll do it, however.
Too bad I don't have the advantage.
That is not good. But you do manage to do 8 points damage to it. Anything else you would like to do?
Not at this current point in time.
Okay. So, that brings it to the Tremors.
Yay!
No!
So we'll deal with Red Boy here first, who's going to start raking at Gil pretty hard again. However, patient defense is a thing. So let's see. This thing needs 12 to tie. All right. Nope. This gets beak, tail, and tentacles. Missing both times. All right, the other two boys here will move in on the giant purple worm. I don't know why I'm rolling that one. It just does not. So it's an 8, a 7. So yeah, 11. Okay, miss. And it will hit with its tentacle attack. And here, when I thought I had brought out enough dice for all that. Oh, hey, I have other random dice here for a reason, don't I? Herpa-derpa-derpa. Yeah. Yeah, I am a herpa-derpa. Thank you. Alright, so tentacle attack on this thing. 9, 16 plus 4 is... Alright. A purple worm takes 20 points of damage from that. And it, because it hit with its tentacle attack, it can try and bite it. Which it does not succeed in biting. The second worm... Actually, ooh, that's... Haha. Not that that matters, but the purple worm is, in fact, slowed. So, that's the thing. Alright. Tail Thrash will miss. Tentacles will hit. Holy shit, that damage, though. Look at that. Fuck. 3 8s and a 1. 24, 25. So 28. And then it can make its secondary that it misses with. Alright. Those are the smaller worms, which is hard to say because they're about, a good 12, 15 feet long, spiraling around themselves. But now to the giant big fuck-off worm, that... Let's see, it will attempt to bite the worm that it had already fought. Dealing 18 points, rolling an 18 to hit. So that is... Shit, guys. Monsters are rolling real high now. 14, 15, 16, 17... 17, 20... 26 to... Oh my god, math is not my strong suit today, guys. 13. Alright, cool. Awesome. And it only gets 1 hit because it is slowed.
Yay!
Yay, indeed. Actually, now that it hits, dexterity save for the small boy. And it swallows it whole.
What?
What?
I'm pretty sure here is the target is large or smaller, and it is large. Yep. So, yeah, it swallows this other boy, swallows him whole. Just... So that was the thing that happened. Roro, you watched all this happen.
I watched this?
You're in line of sight of it. You've got dark vision. You see this giant thrashing worm. Just and the 2 smaller ones seem to be attacking it in lieu of everything else. And then, you see as it reacts by pulling around and just, swallowing it whole, Beetlejuice style.
Okay, so next time maybe I should make the small guy bigger.
But that does bring it to your turn, Roro.
Yeah, I'm stepping the fuck back.
Yeah.
Huh.
And firing at the guy on Gil and Morgan.
Okay, you manage to skin it. The arrow finds a little bit of purchase in it, but does not impact as well as you would like.
Well, I mean, that's generally my life.
You're not an archer.
No, not really. But no fucking way am I getting up on this thing.
Oh, I thought you were a big brave swordsman, Roro. You don't want to go play with a swarm of tentacle beasts?
For more my size, yes.
All right. So that was your action, a little bit of your movement. Anything more out of you?
No, that's good.
No? Okay. Scuddy.
So Scotty suddenly learns a teleportation spell, and we are getting the fuck out of here. How about that?
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would absolutely right now.
I'm just saying. I think any. Hi, Mom. I think any teleportation spell is at least a minute to cast. Just saying.
I'm unsure about my life right now.
Sounds about right.
I really want to guess that these things are fireproof, which really puts Scotty off. We'll try to chill touch it. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Well, out of curiosity, which one were you trying to hit?
This one?
Okay. So yeah, it's thrashing around, and your skeletal hand doesn't seem to make contact with it. Do you have anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, because I don't have any bonus actions.
You got a bonus action. Pretty sure. Might not be the best thing to do, but I think you've got one.
Yes, I've got one. Yeah, I guess we will attempt. What do I want to pick? What are my options again?
The basic energy, basically the, what is it, 5 or 6 energy types? You have acid, fire, cold, thunder, lightning.
Let's go with lightning.
All right, so you have to position yourself because it's a 15-foot cone.
Even
So
with
if you just, yeah, it's all just a cone of stuff.
If I get right up on him, I wouldn't be hitting anybody, right? If I next to
that is true.
That is such a bad idea.
Also true.
Also true.
I'm crying.
I mean, technically, all right. If we're going to play this out, you can stand in either one of these two spaces here. Either this one or this one. And the cone would miss everyone. Because it would be 5, 10, 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Because cones are weird like that. But yeah. So yeah, you can go there. Now, what is the energy type you're using?
Lightning, because I think these things are going to be fireproof, and I'm really not sure about being cold.
Okay, so it needs to make a 15 dex. These things have... Alright. It succeeds. However, that means it's half damage. So red will take 6 points. Let me double check here. Yeah. It's not looking... I mean, it's taken a bit of a beating. It's still in fighting shape, but
Since that was only 20 feet of my movement, can I step back 10 feet?
yes, you can.
Okay, because I'm really uncomfortable.
Jump in. Ha! Hop out. I mean, it seemed to dodge most of the crackling energy, but it doesn't look particularly unaffected by it.
Well, that's at least good.
All right, is that good on you?
Yeah.
Okay. Gil. Sees you do this like, I was not expecting that.
Oh, hey.
She has more than her manic fire and ice. Okay, that's good to know. Because he never saw the lightning. Or the acid.
Oh, yeah, that's true. For now.
For now. Okay, so that is... He will hit once for 8. Let me double... Just keep a track on this one. Second strike will hit for 5. And his third strike for 4, 5, 6 points. All right. So as he jabs at this thing and rakes it across its body, he starts to expose more of its innards, and finally, with one stab into its beak, he manages to hit up into something with a slight crack, and it'll kind of fall to the ground.
Oh, that's good.
That was kind of quick.
Don't say that.
He had to dodge the fuck out of those things. They hurt.
I was expecting a lot more, like, bigger attacks, though.
We still have the purple thing.
I
that is
know.
eating things.
Dang.
He'll just kind of move up there and just... Okay. What do we try and do here?
We can try running.
Quickly.
Knees to chest.
5, 10.
While they eat each other. Literally.
Yeah, he'll hold for the rest of that. See what everybody else is doing. Margrim.
Wait,
He's just like he knows he can outpace everybody here, so he's just kind of holding back to see what everyone ends up doing.
In all actuality, he can do the most damage here. Spirit Guardian's that bitch.
But getting anywhere near that thing is the worst idea possible. I mean, it just ate a thing. It ate a thing that is 4 times our size.
This is very true. I mean, you could get another one in the space that this big thing is in.
There also, comes the whole gaming aspect where I know what that fucking thing is. And I know we shouldn't be fucking with it.
That is also true. Potentially.
So, let's just go find a safe place to make the hut and wait for it to leave.
I think at, what is it, the cast time is at least 1 minute.
Yeah.
So you'd have to survive 10 rounds, hopefully not having this thing notice you?
Well, I mean, let's run away first. Not let's do it right in front of this thing.
No, I think do right in front of this thing.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
I have a thought. I don't know if it's worthwhile or not.
Inquiry.
All right. Let's try it. No, never mind. I can't. I used that spell slot.
Oh god.
I have a big spell slot I could use.
Please say it has something to do with banishing the hell out of that thing.
Please say.
That's exactly what I was going to try and do, but I used the spell slot.
You have only one. You have only one 4th level slot.
Yes.
Boo. Now, my question is that a 2-for-1 deal if you could manage it?
What?
Is it a 2-for-1 deal? Do you banish the worm inside of it or no?
Oh. I guess with the I technically used my bonus action, but I don't think you're gonna care letting me use an action to use a bonus action.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then I'm just gonna preemptively cast. Let's see. Can I? Oh, I can cast that at higher levels. We're gonna preemptively cast a 3rd level Searing Smite.
No.
So we're gonna get this thing's attention instead of running away. Gotcha.
I mean,
No.
to be
Searing Smite doesn't do anything until I hit a thing, so it's in preparation.
you do have like you do have your battle axe. Or is it still a battle axe, or did you switch it over to a warhammer?
It's technically still an axe. I haven't gone shopping.
Okay. So yeah, the head of your axe kind of heats up, starts glowing as if it had just been freshly pulled from the forge, and just kind of thrums in your hand, waiting to be used.
Yep, that's it for now. If one of you has the ability to do what I was going to, we could try.
We'll be going.
Okay, so we have the critters here.
Or we could just get.
Okay, so we're gonna go with internal Grick.
We let purple guy eat the other one, and then we make the.
Just banish all of them. Alright. Tail attack misses. The tentacle attack super misses. I don't know what Doge is going on about. Every time I watch you guys one-upping each other. Well, I don't know what you're going on about. It's perfectly normal D&D. Perfectly standard. Alright. The second one, the one who is free, will hit with its tail, doing 2d6. 6. That's 10. And it will try with its other thing. Its tentacle. Yeah, that's not happening. Okay, cool. So these things are really screwing the pooch here. No. Okay, which brings it to the purple worm, who gets to have the Grick inside of it make a save, which does not. 2, 4, and as it's slowly being digested, shit. The purple worm's not fucking around here, y'all. 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 30.
That's not encouraging. I have an idea.
Okay, and it will try then to bite at the one that is free. We'll miss with that. And it is slowed, therefore cannot do anything more. Roro.
Have you ever seen Land Before Time?
Yeah, Land Before Time's not accurate. Scotty, I know we have our differences, but you're just gonna have to trust me.
Trust you on what?
Just, do you trust me?
Do you have a way to get out of here?
More or less.
Alright. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but if you fuck this up, I will kill you.
Let me just tell you, he stopped you at all right. You didn't even finish the tea before he puts his hand on her. Scotty T sword, the Rex thingy. Tyrannosaurus Rex thingy.
Roro. What are you trying to turn her into?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
What's that?
The really big one with big legs and little arms and...
Have you ever seen a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Of course he has. He reads a lot of books.
You mean Roro?
Roro.
I had the archives of a royal.
No, you are a barely noble farming magnate. Son of a farming magnate. I would suggest that you've likely never... You know what? Make a history check.
Cool. I just wasted a 6
You could turn me into one of the purple worms, and I could go purple worm against purple worm.
Unfortunately, no.
No,
What?
he can't. Yeah, you don't know if... You've never seen a Tyrannosaurus. You've never seen anything that Roro could assume to be anything like a dinosaur.
How about you just tell me what I do know?
Well, you come from a high mountain Arctic environment.
But we've seen a lot on our travels, so, like, I could turn into a big fuck-off squid, or, like, wraith, or...
No, you see, it has to be an animal or a beast.
Those things are beasts. The squid was a beast.
No, it was not. That was actually a very tiny, for its size, monstrosity.
Turn her into a large griffin, because we've seen one of those.
You've definitely seen griffins.
And
Making me get the monster manual, you sons of bitches.
I didn't get the fuck out.
Does it fit the CR?
CR.
The challenge rating.
It don't.
Griffin is a CR2.
So you can, the CR can be up to your level, I believe. So it could be up to a CR7 creature that is a beast.
Ooh, can he turn me into an actual dragon?
That is not,
That is not
a
a
beast. That is, in fact, and brace yourselves, a dragon.
That's a bear hog. Hag. I can turn you into a hag.
A beer.
Need a
Beast.
9th level spell to turn into an actual dragon.
Beast.
Hey, we're coming up with great ideas, Quinn. Don't shoot them all down.
Were his what was that? Was that a beast?
It could be. It depends how you read it.
Mammoths wouldn't survive in the desert.
But a mammoth is theoretically possible for you to have encountered, or at least know about, seeing as how they are cold weather creatures.
So I could turn into a mammoth and, like, get these guys on my back and run like hell.
Do you know how fast a mammoth?
I have no idea. I want it to be a dragon.
Get to level like 17, learn 9th level spells, be a dragon.
That doesn't help us right now, Fluffy.
I could do a brontosaurus.
An elephant? Maybe an elephant?
Well, I'm just kindly pointing out that if we survive this encounter, it is possible you can turn into a dragon some.
Brontosaurus, Stegosaurus.
I think it's a pretty safe bet. Anything with Saurus in the name is probably a no.
Probably a dinosaur.
Giant squirrel.
Ooh. How scary is that?
I don't know. How scared do you think a giant scorpion is?
I mean, from my experience, very. Any sky scorpion's very.
I mean, to be fair, you've been out in the desert. You've probably passed some normal-looking scorpions. You can always imagine one bigger.
Yeah.
That's theoretical.
Quetzalcoatlus. I know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
A Quetzalcoatl
Yeah.
somehow doesn't strike me as a beast.
That's what it says here.
It says it's a beast?
Yeah.
It could be a giant snake.
Don't even know where...
We broke Quinn.
Well, here's the thing. Polymorph is one of those fun spells, but you also need to have it all your stuff for that prepared. The things that you can turn things into.
Well, this is our first time doing it, so we're not prepared.
This is not the first time polymorph has been used here. Maybe in this game, but not in general. You knew what you were doing.
King Kong.
Oh no, I don't need more books. I have the books. I just don't want to have a stack sitting right next to me.
I'll just withdraw that and do something different.
Is it Quetzalcoatlus? That's not the same thing as what I was thinking. And again, it was another dinosaur that you were trying to...
Big enough for everybody?
What's that?
You think a war horse is big enough for everybody?
The dwarf is small.
Dwarf is not small. Dwarf is short. There's a difference.
Yeah, you're not going to ride 3 people on a single creature. Not like a horse.
A mammoth, though. They're huge.
Mammoths are big. They are big things.
Giant wasp.
A giant wasp. Disgusting, no.
Go sting that bitch.
I really don't want to be eaten. If you get Scotty eaten, I'm going to be so upset.
That sounds like a Scotty problem at this point. We just eat distraction.
Okay, so turn Scotty into a distraction.
Okay, I'll just take it back because clearly this isn't going to work.
Well, it's one of those spells that is very nice, but you have to have some creativity or homework done on it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of. Okay, what is the CR of a mammoth?
Of a what?
I mean, a mammoth is a valid target. It is a CR 6 beast. That is a thing that can be done.
Then we can just do that.
So you're going to turn Scotty into a mammoth.
Sure.
Okay.
Her armor class does not change. Sad.
No, it doesn't.
My poor Scotty. It has a speed of 40 feet.
Yes, it does. All right. You know what? Here we're gonna put that, like that, that, like that, and save changes. Okay, so there you go. You should now have control of a mammoth.
I do.
You are now a mammoth.
Terrifying.
Gil will look and go, "What the hell? I'm not the damn desert Captain Ahab. What the fuck is this white ass mammoth?" It's a mammoth, but the horns are on the top of its head, going backwards. It's really weird.
It has skills. It's fine.
It's the rare scaly mammoth.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Scotty is now a mammoth, and Roro is now concentrating on polymorph instead of slow. You still have bonus and movement, Roro.
I'll give an inspiration to Morgrim.
Okay. Is that everything?
Yep.
Okay. Scotty,
Yes.
you feel strange.
Internal freak out.
Yeah. Seeing as how you yeah, your intelligence has now a 3.
Oh god.
You do, however, recognize who your friends are and who your not friends are.
So I'm really, really dumb. My dex is still terrible. Cool. The question is, does Rower want me to attack this thing? As a mammoth.
You don't know. Last thing you remember is, do you trust me?
Cursing herself for that one.
But there's big threatening things.
I really don't want to get eaten. That is my only hesitation.
To be fair, you're probably not small enough. You're too big to be swallowed whole.
Okay, so I can't be swallowed whole, but still can be eaten. Good to know.
Well, I mean, it just can't use the whole eat you thing.
So, okay, I'm reading the mammoth sheet. Okay, I want to try this trampling charge thing.
Okay, so you move at least 20 feet towards it, which is fine, and then you make a goring attack.
So just roll a d20 for that?
It should be, actually, you should have the NPC sheet for it.
Cool. I was reading off Google.
Yeah, I mean, you have control of the mammoth and its NPC sheet. I paid money for these books.
Then I will put them to use. I apologize.
All right, mammoth gores. Unfortunately, that does not hit. Because it is no longer slowed. All right, cool. You don't have any bonus actions, I think.
No, and I've moved as much as I can move.
Okay, so you're hanging back there.
Yep.
All right, Gil's just... All right, sure. 5, 10... What has he's got? 40 feet worth of movement? 45 feet of movement. All right, cool. So move, kind of slip up on here, and he will try his own thing. So he grasps his holy symbol, mutters a few words, and then points the tip of his spear at the purple worm, who must succeed I believe that is a wisdom saving throw, which it has a -1 to roll. My spell DC is 16. It rolled a 13. All right. He is now concentrating, and now, the purple worm is now paralyzed as he connects with hold pert. Oh, fuck. Never mind. That was fucking done.
Not a person.
It's not a person. Fuck. He just kind of... Fuck! He's a little freaked out by the fact that Scotty is now a giant mammoth creature.
That would be distracting.
Because I'm pretty damn sure you didn't quite catch that one. Alright, you know what? Ah, fuck it. Moving on. He just reaches out and fails doing something. I'm a goddamn retard. Morgrim.
Okay. I has a question. No, I don't. Never mind.
I mean, I've got answers regardless.
Question is irrelevant, so never. I fucking god. This is a terrible idea to fight this, but yeah, I got nothing else, so I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay, so you're just holding? I mean, technically you could double move your thing. If you want to do that.
That's good. Kind of annoying that this thing can only be moved 20 at a time.
That is
But
annoying.
there we go. I double moved it.
Okay. Alright, Gullet Tremor. 19 and a 16. Hey. That'll hit. So that's 2d6 there. The monsters are rolling pretty well. Alright, so it's 15. And then again for... Alright, yeah, okay. That is to... $16, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28. All right. Why is this thing still... Alright, so we dealt that from within it, and it deal... Alright, this thing inside was thrashing around as it is, and it is... spat back up.
Gross. Why?
Right there. Right next to Scotty. This thing is just like... As the worm inside of the worm, it's like the Russian nesting dolls of terribleness. It's just like, it's thrashing around violently and then just gets spit up after enough trauma was caused internally. The secondary worm will miss with its first attack, will hit with its tentacle attack. For 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, another 23. And can make a Derbeacon attack because it hit with tentacles. And that will hit for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Okay. Is this just here? No, it's just this pin dying out. Because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be dying out right now? I'm only needing it for a game. No, I'm not salty about it at all. Thank you for asking.
Not as salty as the fox.
So how many times can I attack Scotty?
Oh, no.
I mean, it is a giant, big-ass giant mammoth.
But
Right
why
in
would
its
he-
face. Alright, what are my totals here? Okay, that one's dead, so that's... One out of... Okay. I'll have to get another pin. But going to paper for now. Alright. So, those were the tremors. Now to the big-ass purple worm. Alright. Why not? We will try and eat the worm that just came out, because that's a great idea. Seems to work pretty well for us, so let's try that. 19 does hit that worm for 3d8 plus 9, so 17, 20 points of damage. And the worm has to make a Dexy save. Dexy save indeed. Which it manages and stays outside of the giant worm. And the worm will use a tail stinger on the mammoth. (12 plus 9) will hit. For, let's see, 10... 19 points of piercing damage. And can you have it make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay. No.
Okay. Here's where it gets fun. $15. 24. 35. An additional 37 poison damage.
Okay, this is less fun than it was supposed to be.
However, that is the big worm's total turn. Roro, it's your turn.
Please, God, whatever you do, do not lose concentration. Or we lose a Scotty.
Maybe. In lieu of actual hydration, alcohol. Let's apply. Vicious Mockery on what now?
Okay.
Those guys are helping us right now.
Oh.
And we fucking the
Shit talk the big boy. Come on.
right now we like the weird face suckers.
I'll let you. I'll let you readjust your target there. While you can't consider them allies, you're kind of incidental in this whole thing. You're kind of like the third party here. So, Worm Boy, Big Boy needs a Wisdom save, which he rolled a 12, so he will take 6 points of psychic damage. And has disadvantage on his next strike. Anything more?
No, that's all.
Scotty.
I guess we will try this again.
Well, that will certainly hit.
Good, he kind of deserves it.
You reel around doing 20 points of damage. Okay, you got nothing else for that right now.
Only one action.
Okay.
Can I get this guy in, like, flanking?
If you'd like.
So, like, if I move up this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's where I'm gonna go to end my...
Okay. You take 8 points of bashing damage as you move away from the Grick, and it sees the motion and reflexively slashes out with its tails.
Asshole, I'm trying to save you.
I don't fucking know. There's just a whole bunch of terrible things going on right now.
Well, I don't approve of that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here's a thing. Let's try and do something actually intelligent after botching the fuck up out of that last bit there, Gil. None of these are people. Remember that.
The mammoth was.
Mammoth was a
gonna
people.
Say, hell, even Scotty's not a people now.
Yeah. He's a little thrown off by all this shit. Alright, so he will use yeah, at the moment he wants to just no, screw it. They're all a threat. Every one of them has to make a charisma save. Big boy is a -3. Fails that. The other two have -1. Fails that. And fails that. So, he does something that he knows works on things. As Gil applies Bane to all of these critters. And let's see here. 5. No, he doesn't want to go right up. He doesn't want to get up right next to that thing, but he'll start circling around. Morgrim.
Okay. Go about there. And bonus action move that about there. I really, really wish I didn't have stubby dwarf leg.
That -5 to your speed is just enough to be annoying.
Yep. All right. I think we are going to try to hit the big boy with something that might. And flub it.
Yeah. This, you kind of you send the bolt flying outwards towards it, but its serpentine body kind of curls around, and you kind of shoot through the center of the gap that it creates. But the Tremor boys, they can start their attack. Let's see.
Get him, Tremor boy.
All right, that will hit regardless. First one, 5, 9 damage there. It will use its tentacle next. Yep, totally not. Alright, second one. Tail. Yes. 4, 6 for another 10. And suction cup tentacle, you boys. No, 4 on the die. That's not happening. Okay. Big F off worm is going to try and use its tail stinger on the other thing, the injured one, which it will miss with. And it will try and bite at the one that is yet to be hit. And misses straight out there. Roro.
Same attack, same monster.
Certainly fails its save.
And that's all for me.
Scotty? Well, manages to get into it.
Damn it, Scotty's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. Seems to work out pretty well there.
Yeah.
Roro is getting very much credit for the assist on this one, because he's making those numbers happen.
Yep. Roro's the mastermind behind this one.
It's a good idea. It's a fucking good spell. Gotta give it that. Alright. Don't want to get involved with this thing, but fuck it. Alright. He's probably gonna go... Yeah, he's just gonna make his 3 strikes and then go into patient defense.
You know
Because...
what the is
Well-
if Scotty had her dragon breath with mana, that would be amazing.
Technically, you are still concentrating on that spell.
Hopefully. It wouldn't do as much damage as what she's got, but
It's true, but you can imagine, like, little bursts of static are coming out of your trunk. Because why not? 8, miss, and 17 for another 5 damage, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. Okay. And he's taking patient defense because, yes, Morgan.
Oh, terrible life choices. All right.
Oh my god! Morgan was going, oh.
Morgram?
Yes. It's okay. It's okay.
Remember me fondly.
Well, before anything else, we will go ahead and move that there. Make my swing against Big Boy on the spiritual.
All right, go for it.
God.
Such a useful spell, but you have such crap rolls on it.
All right. And then we will try to swing at the Big Boy.
Hoocha! As it just kind of kind of rebounds off of its chitinous hide.
Okay, does that make my
No, because
smite
you
go away or no?
no, because it's when you hit with an attack.
Gotcha. Then I'm good. Well, I'm not good. I'm in a terrible, terrible place, but...
To be fair, silver lining is they don't seem to be paying attention to you right now.
Oh, they might be later.
They might be, but for the moment, the Gricks have a much bigger target that intruded upon their nest, and the purple worm has a mammoth and 2 Gricks to deal with. These are its biggest threats right now. But speaking of the Gricks, let's see here. 13. Nope, it will miss because of Bane. And second attack will miss because of Bane. The uninjured Grick misses straight out, as does its second attack. Big F off Worm is going to rinse and repeat. First is going to try and use its tail stinger slam thingamer on the injured wormling thing, and misses because of Bane. And it is going to bite at the uninjured one, which will hit the uninjured one. And its bitey bite is 3 die plus 9. Alright. So 18, cut it to 9. And Worm has to make a dex save of 19. Nope, that's not a thing. So we will just... Yep. That worm gets swallowed. Hey, congratulations, you're not flanked, Margrim.
Yay.
Roro, it is now your turn.
Same jizz.
Oh, okay. Takes 8 points of damage. And it has been mocked. This thing is starting to look rather weak. Anything more?
No, that's all.
Scotty. All right. Hey, because you have the +2 from flanking, you hit.
Yay!
As this thing is looking very, very injured.
Good. Thank goodness.
Gil. Strike at it. Once missing. Natural 20 on that, so 14, 15, does a total of 19 points of damage to the giant worm. As he manages to take it down with a... just basically hooking and pulling some of its entrails, or pulling apart part of its shell along its underbelly, which also happens to then spill out the worm that was in its gullet. It's just He just kind of pulls it and just goes, "Oh shit!" So he'll take a step over and manage to. Okay, the blue one takes 9 points of damage. And that one manages to go down. Morgrim, you are no longer surrounded. But there is... The giant beast is down. But there is one... there's one that has crawled out of the gaping injury.
Alright. Let's try to hit that one that crawled out. Motherfuck.
4, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, that won't do it. But you do have your spiritual weapon.
God, usually Morgrim's kind of awesome. This fight, not so much.
Look, you're having trouble. You're out in the middle of the desert. It's not the kind of sea that you like to be in. And there are giant fucking squid-beaked tentacle worms. You've heard of stories of this ending very poorly for people.
Well, I'm done.
Yeah, it kind of spilled out right in front of him, so this thing is going to attack Gil. 3 on the dice, no. 10 plus 3. Alright, it misses both times. We've got Roro.
The only one available.
And it certainly fails its save. Taking 7 points. Alright. By chance, are you doing anything else?
No.
Scotty.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was kind of terrible.
What's flanking?
Is it flaking?
Yeah, well, 15 still won't hit.
Oh, right then.
Anything more from you?
I don't have anything more to do.
Okay. Gil, yeah, let's keep slashing at this thing and see how we do. Alright, 11 points. He will, let's see, that is 17. He will nick that one for 4. Ba-da-da-da-da. He will hit that one for 6. And that thing will try and hit him with its tentacles because he fucked up that strike. And rolled another natural 1 on that as well. Alright, cool. That's a good turn all around. Morgrim turns into a cat.
Ha-ha!
Alright, go Morgrim. You carve into this thing for 10 points of damage. Plus another
Also,
2 for...
I was holding on to. No, it's...
Oh yeah.
2. It's the...
9. 19.
Yay! Finally got to use that.
Yay! As the fire burns across its hide.
And then flub with that again. Yay!
It's starting to feel really ganged up on, is what's going on. Yeah. Still going to be attacking at Gil. 15, 14, 13 will hit him. How much damage does this thing do again? D6 plus 4. Shit, for 15 damage. And Gil loses concentration. Alright, 15. Ow. Okay, and with that, he will continue the assault on him, and yeah, do the little tentacle bullshit. Rolls a natural 1. So, reactions from people. Start with Morgrim, yeah. Who will miss? Scotty?
She had just a sec.
Okay, I'll use Gil's first. Gil will miss. God, I wish these were stronger.
But if they were stronger, they wouldn't taste like candy.
It's true. But I definitely want... I should have read the thing. I should have gotten something that's more than 4.5. I'm pretty sure the apple cider that I bought 2 weeks ago has a higher alcohol content in it now. But it does taste good. So in all honesty, this went about roughly the way I thought it was going to.
Oh, really? 'Cause this isn't going at all how I thought it.
Oh, really? How do you thought it was going to go?
I thought we were all gonna get eaten.
Well, there was the chance, but the Gricks were rolling like shit against the worm. I mean, I was not expecting them to be the last ones, to be quite honest.
I mean, Scotty Mammoth worked out very nicely.
Yeah, I pretty much blame the Scotty Mammoth. I'm not disappointed. I just kind of wanted you guys to actually tangle with the purple worm for like a round or two. Look, by the time that this whole scenario was thought to get around, the worm was going to be low on hit points, and they would have maybe had to spend one round in its stomach. Fight getting swallowed and not drowning. Hey, come on, that's good. That's good. That's good all around.
Sorry.
Hey, these things happen. You have a reaction attack if you want to take it on the thing that fucked up.
I do. Ah, no.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Not
Everybody done fucked up this round. Aurora. I want a do-over.
Just the same gist.
Okay. Scotty, your turn.
Let's try not to. Oh, that one's better.
That one is better, and because you're flanking, you do hit.
Yay.
Which, basically, you reach out and pierce this thing right behind the beak, and just make a wrench that kind of separates the two parts from each other. As it kind of scatters and writhes and screeches with this high-pitched, piercing wail before settling into the ground.
Gross.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty. But a silence takes over the area, save for the blowing wind and the sand kind of swirling around the area.
Can Scotty be a human again?
That's not up to me, actually.
Whoever will drop this.
Alright, with Scotty kind of retaking her form in the midst of all of this.
I mean, fair being fair, though, I don't think Scotty was ever a human.
Oh,
No.
fair. Humanoid?
Humanoid, yes. As you take a moment to kind of catch your breath. Okay. I think I'm good on excitement for a little while. That was kind of crazy. You. I'm guessing that's new. Kind of pointing over to Roro. You see the edges of a smirk curl on the side of his face.
Whoever will just shrug. Something like
Yeah. That was a bit intense. Not gonna lie.
All right, I'm a little. That's worrisome, but that was also kind of cool. Now that we've lived through it. Good job. Real good job. All right. I'm thinking we're gonna
Definitely.
take a few minutes here. I think. Huh. So we're going to have everybody quickly roll a perception check for me. Or a cat check, whichever.
Sorry, he's super mouthy tonight.
That's fine.
that.
All right. So, Roro, Gil, the two of you are kind of resting off of all of this. Just kind of shaking off the nerves, letting the adrenaline kind of play through your system as all of that goes through. Morgrim, as you're kind of as you're starting to walk away from these mammoth creatures that are just kind of eerie, the way their mouths are agape, it's eerie because it almost looks like they could jump out and bite at you at any moment. However, a slight sizzling sound catches your attention, and looking over, you see the contents of its stomach acid are still dribbling out into the sand, creating little pocks and hisses as the material gets a acrid smell across the area, as well as that irony scent of blood everywhere. You do manage to see glinting from within the rapidly absorbing bile.
Well, that's lovely, but we might want to take a look. And he will point at the glinting.
Alright, since you got the high roll, let's see, we'll say... Each of you roll a d4.
Was that 4?
A d4, yes.
Did Gil get a 2?
Gil rolled as well. He rolled a 1, but he rolled...
Damn it. Should have been a 2 to complete this.
Thank
Yeah,
you, love.
that would have been nice, but no. See, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a grand total of 9. Good there. Good stuff. Screw that pin because that pin is useless right now. Has been like 2 years and barely used. But you would think that it would still have. Oh look! Now this has been a good screen. Yeah. I tried to use this as a green screen before, like to dice cam, and it wasn't taken like at all. It made me sad.
But it's excellent camouflage.
It's excellent camouflage sometimes. Alright, so we got 9. So we're going to say that's 3 for each. As you're checking through this, you see several pristine gemstones lying on the ground, spilling out of this thing's stomach. So, each of you are going to get 3 rolls.
Yay!
Yay! Because these things are specifically have gemstones hidden in them. Because they tunnel through and eat earth. So we're going to start, why not, at the top of the initiative that we have for you. So Morgrim, go ahead. We are going to need a pair of percentile rolls.
Pair of percentile?
Yes, sir. Just go ahead and roll them out one at a pop here. All right. 4 and 57. All right, you find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. All right, you find the first one popping up is a malachite, a dark green mineral gem. All right, next we will have Roro. You got one.
How many do I roll?
Percentiles, twice. So, 22 and 78. All right. All right, you find a rhodochrosite, which is a lustrous, shining pink stone.
Pretty.
Yes, it is. It is. It is like it's like almost a pastel colored stone.
Quinn, can you say that name again? I didn't catch it.
Rhodochrosite. Hold on a second here.
I've got the spelling.
Just in case anybody else is interested. Scotty.
The same thing?
Same thing. 24 and 2. Find a piece of azurite, which is a sky blue gem. Margrim?
Again?
Yep. Each of you are getting 3 rolls. I'm just cycling through it. 53. Hey, look. Somebody rolled above a 20. 68 is... a Larrel's Tear. It's a large, soft, crystalline stone that is kind of opaque. All right, Roro. There is a banded agate. All right, Scotty. $82. All right. And a 52. Okay. You find a deep blue spinel.
A deep blue what?
Spinel. Spinnal. It's almost kind of like this twisted helix gemstone. It's kind of got this fractal patterning on the inside, and it is a deep blue, opaque crystal. Bring us up, Morgrim. There you go. Now you guys are getting some rolls. 45. Nice. Well, call yourself Depp because you just found the Black Pearl.
Fuck yeah!
Roro. Shit, guys. You were having me worried there for a second.
Like how that just went 82, 83, 84. Nice.
Yeah. Fucking great, man. 69. All right. Okay, yeah, sure. Cool. All right, and closing us out, Scotty. One more gemstone found in the pile.
What did I get?
Oh, yeah, sorry. You got a golden yellow topaz.
Golden what topaz?
Golden yellow topaz. $76. 91. Okay, sure. And last but not least, you find a violet garnet. And that was the last gem in the pile that you found. All of it you have to kind of splash water around and kind of make sure that all the bile's off of them. But otherwise, aside from being slightly slimy from being in the dirt, they are in pristine condition.
They're all pretty.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that might have been worth it a little bit. Maybe. Holy shit. All right.
I
So,
assume we want to get out of here before it happens again.
yeah, I don't know if there's any more of them, but we'll take a break when the sun starts coming up, I guess.
A fair idea.
Yeah, we might want to get on the road and get away from here anyway.
Yeah, definitely want to put some miles behind us and these things. And you pick up and start heading away, somewhat hurriedly, away from the scene of this violence. The rest of the night passes by without incident. You rest as the night passes by and you see the sun beginning to rise. And on the horizon, as the sun is starting to break, you see off in the distance, as you're cresting one of the dunes, you feel that the moisture in the air has increased significantly. And as you crest that dune, you can see about a mile or so off, you see the open water. And further off down the horizon, you see what looks to be a dock of some form. Not with any accompanying buildings, but you do see what looks to be from your distance, a small pier that currently houses one vessel tied up to it.
That could be drift, maybe.
He just kind of squints and is like, yeah, that's my baby, all right. Might be pushing it a little bit, but I'm getting on. I don't know about you.
Getting out of the desert is...
It's a bit of a push, for sake of completion. If everyone can give me a Constitution save. Okay, then. All right, good, fair enough. Pushing through your limbs are tired and sore from the stress of earlier in the evening, but almost like it was its own oasis, even more so than the rush of the channel water. You rush towards the drift, and as it starts getting more into focus, you see, leaning over the bow, not like over the railing, a shock of golden hair looking over the rails as you see the form of Nicole just leaning over there, just... And they made it! Hey! Talo, get up here! Looks like you're right. As you see joining, as you're approaching within 100, 200 feet, the newly spiked adrenaline filled just dash to the boat starts to peter out, and you start to, the weight of the day's travel starts to catch up on you. We're not exhaustion, but tired. You approach the boat as you see the gathered crew of the drift there. You see Nicole, you see Tallow, you see Syl, who is sporting it seems like she's cropped her hair much shorter than it was when you last left her. And you see, peeking up over the side, a somewhat of alien but familiar-ish face. Ruddy brown. And sort of canine-ish like, though there's no fur. It's ruddy skin, leathery, pulled back into a couple of points, with a couple of streaks of white painted crossways across its face. And a sharp trill emanates as this creature jumps from the bow and starts rushing towards you. It is a familiar sound to Scotty, hauntingly in the cusps of her waking mind.
Kill Grimace. Just so confused right now.
And that's where we'll call it for today. So, thank you all for joining us tonight. Yeah, worms everywhere. So, yeah, that's a whole thing. But, oh, geez. What is that cursor? Okay. So, yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow. Well, I'll be back 3 p.m. Oh, no, wait, actually, fuck, it's gonna be a long-ass day. Never mind, it is noon. We're starting at noon here. You're getting a double dose of the insanity, because we've got the Master's Betrayal tomorrow at noon Eastern. That's gonna be fun. And then probably probably a little shortly thereafter, I'll have to take a little break to get food. And then we will see me scream at my video games as I continue to play Evil Within. Good day all around. People are going to get sick of me. And that's how I like it. So, yeah, I'm going to go and get some hydration and pass out because I've got an early day tomorrow. And a long one. So, everyone, take care of yourselves. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.